المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah, as we heard today and we were aware of, there's a phenomenon which is very, very serious, and it is causing a lot of challenges for the Ummah, that is the Ummah of Tawheed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have made this Ummah that convey the message that the purpose behind it is maintaining the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His deityship, al-uluhiyyah, His lordship, al-rububiyyah, His names and attributes. And as we know today in school there is a curriculum when we teach them about evolution. Teaching them about evolution is the beginning of the creation, teaching them how things start about being, but they don't mention the word creation. Things maybe developed on their own, evolved on their own, from one thing became another thing, which is no proven evidence so far have found that showing such a thing. It's baseless, has no evidence, but guess what? Still today in high schools our children are doing this kind of misguidance. So may Allah reward the brothers and sisters, Sheikh Abu Halima, the board of the brothers, for choosing the theme this year to talk about Aqidah. When we heard last time, the fastest growing religion on earth is Islam. Today they put in another, it's a religion. Atheism is a religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called anything a religion. If you choose a lifestyle, a way, it's a religion. They were worshipping idols and they came to Rasulullah. If you worship our idol for 1 day, we worship yours for 1 week. Worship ours for 1 week, we'll worship yours for 1 year. You all know the hadith. And that's when Allah revealed, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. At the end of it, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ. Allah called whatever they are doing a deen. So we call atheism a deen. لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ. It doesn't mean a religion like the one you have in Islam, but that's the way they worship their desires, they worship idols. وَلِيَ دِين. But make a difference is the beginning of ayat. لا أعبد ما تعبدون. You call it a deen, you worship whatever you want to worship. My deen, I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. So before we start, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as muwahideen, those who maintain tawheed and the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وكل شيء عليم. He's the first, he's the last. Subhanahu wa ta'ala is the evident and the eminent, and He has full knowledge, He is fully aware of, fully all-knowing and all aware of. Different. So I kept the translation, this is from Yusuf Ali. Sometimes you might have different translation. It's for the amana, I kept the translation, it's from Yusuf Ali. Sometimes you can change things, you might find some words, you can find a better word, or sometimes you find it just perfectly chosen by Yusuf Ali, which we can say today, Rahmatullahi alayhi. May Allah shower His rahmah and reward him for the efforts he did. Translating the Quran, look how many people, alhamdulillah, choose the message and reverted to Islam. So inshallah Rabbil Alameen, here are some of the challenges when inshallah in the future we'll come back for a workshop about evolution. To clear this mess for Muslim and non-Muslims ahead. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَبْدَأُ الْخَلْقَ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُ. We have an answer to the question. How did all this start? They tell you different kinds of way of thinking about how it starts. None of it has any evidence. For us as Muslims, it's a done deal. الأمر عندنا محسوم. وهو الذي يبدأ الخلق ثم يعيد. Is indeed the one who starts the creation and brings it back. وهو أهون عليه. It's not a big matter before Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's one of the easiest things for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَوْ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. At the end of the ayah, the مثل Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Him belongs the loftiest similitude. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showing us how our aqidah is established on a very strong foundation. You cannot shake our foundation. We're not endowed. Big man, maybe this, maybe that. No. It's Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ. He's the one who started the creation. وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَبْدَأُ الْخَلْقَ وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ ثُمَّ يُعِيدُ وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ عَلَيْهِ. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us and taught us how the creation started. كان الله ولم يكن شيء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was there and nothing was before him subhanahu wa ta'ala. وكان عرشه على الماء. And the arsh, the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was above the water. ثم خلق السماوات والأرض وكذب في ذكر كل شيء. His throne was on the arsh. Then he created the heavens and the earth. I didn't even bother to translate all of this on the slide. I just skipped it briefly. We go through it. Rasulullah is telling us exactly what he heard in the first verses of the Quran. Same thing in the other one. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the first and there was nothing before him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the qalam. The ulama don't have a confusing matter. How it was created, how about to be. No. Alhamdulillah, the ulama of Islam, they discuss based on the nusus, the text we have from Quran and Sunnah, what was the first thing ever to be created. That's why we're going to talk slowly about the beginning of the creation, and you see how we will connect this with our aqidah. You will see the connection coming soon. Rasulullah said that the first thing that Allah created was the pen. And Allah told the pen not to write. And the pen said, what do I write? He said, مَقَادِيرُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. The decree of everything until Yawm al-Qiyamah. Everything that will take place. Till the day of the judgment. Some of the ulama said the first thing was created is al-arsh. Some of them said the pen. Some of them said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the nur, the light, and the darkness. But the most authentic is the arsh. وَكَانَ عَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. That's the most authentic one. I did not go too much over it. It was in this slide. رضي الله عنه وتأمل في القول الأول. العرش. The arsh was the first to be created, the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now get it back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, we're not confused how the creation begins. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. Allah tells us how about human being, how they multiply, how they start. We know the creation of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, Hawa alayhi salatu wasalam, and how the creation began. All of this we have no doubt, we have no confusion. Everything is clear and simple. Look at this theme. This game gives you satisfaction. Allah did not describe it as complete when you're going to find some gaps or missing links, like what they're looking for, the missing link. They found a fish has like a dorsal on the back. They said, well, we found a missing link. Turned out it was a fake thing. Somebody put it together, took a picture, made hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that's not our issue today. The beginning of the creation, please pay attention to this one. The first thing that ever was created, it had aqidah, which is making tasbih to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Making sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you want to know when the history of aqidah, this is what we're coming to. Now we have the aqidah, we have books, we have scholars talking about aqidah, believing in iman, believing in the day of the judgment, malaika, kutub, the books. ولكن بداية المعتقد. What is the history? When the aqidah started. The beginning of the creation is the beginning of the aqidah itself. بداية المعتقد كانت هي بداية الخلق. How is that? The first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created was the arsh. And it will be very clear to us. When we take you as a human being, today you're trying to challenge, debate and argue. Why is this? How come we can define this? ممكن أن نثبت هذا وخلاف ونرد وننفي ونقصي. ولكن تأتي إلى هذا الدين العظيم وتجد أن الله سبحانه وتعالى بين لنا ما لا يدع مجال للشك أو الريب كيف بدأ الخلق ويبين حجم هذا المخلوق. Before we start, my dear brothers and sisters, think about ourselves. You're this little thing that you are nobody. You are nobody. Are you bigger than the moon? Are you bigger than the mountain? Are you bigger than the oceans? You get swallowed by the ocean, you cannot find you. But listen to this beautiful ayah, very powerful. أَلَمْ تَرَى, can't you see? أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَسْجُدُ لَهُ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَالشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ وَالنُّجُومُ وَالْجِبَالُ وَالشَّجَرُ وَالدَّوَابُ وَكَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ وَكَثِيرٌ حَقَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الْعَذَابُ وَمَنْ يُؤْمِنِ اللَّهُ فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ مُكْرِمٍ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَفْعَلُ مَا يَشَاءُ. Can't you see to Allah Not making tasbih and dhikr. Sujood. Who? Whatever is in the skies, whatever is in the earth. The sun, the moon, the stars, the mountain, the trees, all animals, and a large number from the people, but also a large number fully deserving or deserving the earned adab. So when we look at this creation, Allah mentioned the last one, kathir min al-nas. People was the last one to be mentioned. Imagine no mountains. Imagine the stars. The stars making sujood to Allah in a way that Allah explained to us. The question comes especially from our youth. How do the sun make sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? تسبح له السماوات السبع والأرض ومن فيهن وإن من شيء إلا يسبح بحمده ولكن لا تفقهون تسبيحهم إن الله كان حليما غفورا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the skies, the seven skies and the earth, and whatever is in all of them. What they are doing, first ayah, we were talking about sujood. Sujood. When you make sujood, but there is a sujood you do, we don't understand. And we glorify Allah and make tasbih to Allah. You'll be saying, how does the sun make tasbih to Allah? How does the tree, how does the mountain? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, there is none unless they are making tasbih and praising Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you do not comprehend and understand the way of tasbih. So they have their own way. When the tree is making tasbih, I don't understand. I cannot tell it making tasbih. When you make your tasbih, subhanallah, 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 that's your way. But now you're learning, sky is making tasbih, earth is making tasbih. So you start thinking, these were created before us, right or wrong? All these were created before us. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the previous ayah, وَكَثِيرٌ مِّنَ النَّاسِ, a large number from the people. When he mentioned the sujood, here, it's not even mentioning a human being. Look, the skies, the earth, whatever is in them, making to tasbih. So when did the aqidah start? Talking about aqidah, the belief system, the creed. It started with the first creation. Whatever first was created was making tasbih to Allah. That's aqidah. Not making tasbih to this or that, to Allah and Allah alone. Do you think the mountains commit shirk? Do you think the skies do have shirk? The earth have shirk? We're the ones that feel into that. That's what we'll take care of. Imagine the mountains have tawheed, the skies have tawheed, the animals have tawheed, the trees have tawheed. You do not make that sujood. We do the sujood in salah, but their sujood is different. We make our tasbih, but their tasbih is different. Imagine they have a pure, correct aqidah. They don't have shirk, and they are created way before us, according to the Quran and the Sunnah. My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to pay attention to something. There are three common things between all the creation. Now, there is here a question that I want you to pay attention to it. Allah, Rasulullah warned us from this. It comes from Shaitan. حديث أبي هريرة في صحيح مسلم قال صلى الله عليه وسلم هذا الشيطان يأتي أحدكم فيقول من خلق كذا من خلق ذا حتى يقول له من خلق الله فإن أحس من ذلك وجد ذلك فليستعذ بالله. في رواية عند الإمام مسلم فليقول آمنت بالله. في رواية أخرى فليستعذ بالله ولينتهي. الشيطان, as in Sahih Muslim, would come to one of you and will say, who created, for example, the skies? What would you say? Allah. Who created the earth? Allah. Who created the ocean? Allah. Rasulullah said, he would say, okay, who created Allah? Guess what? This question is out there by the atheists, or they choose to call themselves atheists. They have this question for us. Oh, this is not fair. You apply that to everything that you see. Who created this? Who created this? What fair is fair? I'm asking you that question. Who created you? Allah. Do we have an answer? Yes. The discipline of Islam that Rasulullah said, if you feel that coming to you from shaitan, say A'udhu Billah min shaitan rajim and quit. Stop. And another narration says, Amantu billah. I fully believe in Allah. But do we have to answer yes? So we don't show our weakness, we tell them no. There is a difference between having the knowledge and having a discipline, or having a knowledge and have no discipline. We have to answer for you. But just our discipline tell us, don't go there. So what is the discipline? There are three things that are very common among all the creation. Pay attention, this is, you will answer anybody who claims to be atheist and ask you this question of creating Allah. You may hear it from our youth, from our Muslim youth, teenagers. This is questions we were faced with. I'll tell you number one. There is nothing in the creation that doesn't have three of these characteristics. Impossible. One of them is the shape and the form. The second one has limits. The third one has a purpose or a mission. Make it simple. Give me an example. Didn't we mention the trees? Do the trees have a shape? When I tell you a tree, you don't expect something which is a fluid. You know what the tree? Long tree, short tree, but it's a tree. With a trunk and branches and leaves. Tree with the fruit, so nothing but it's a tree. Does it have limits? It has limits. It cannot withstand so much cold, will die. So much heat will die. So much wind will break. Does it have a purpose? Yes, give you the shade, give you the leaf, give you the wood, give you the fuel, give you the fruit. Pick anything in the creation, you will have these three. Impossible you find any of the creation in its entire existence that doesn't have these three. Now I'll go back and ask them and challenge them, give me one. Not 1 million list, give me one. أعطيني من بين الخلق من لا يتحلى بهذه الخاصيات الثلاث وهي الهيئة والقدر والوظيفة, mission. Have a purpose. Now, my question back to the person, I would say, tell me what is the shape of Allah. Tell me the limits of Allah. Tell me what is the purpose or the mission of Allah. And I tell you exactly who created Allah. You think they have an answer? You know what that means? Allah have nothing in common with the creation. But all the creation have this thing in common. Until you make and you prove to me that Allah have something in common with the creation, I'll tell you who created it. Until then, I can't. Because you're not able to prove to me that Allah shared any of this with the creation. And Allah put all these three in His creation, and His difference. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. From the back of your head, you go in with this ayah. There is nothing like Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where do we get these three from? Read the Quran. سَبِّحِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ الْأَعْلَى. Glorify the Lord the Most High. الَّذِي خَلَقَ. He created. فَسَوَّى. Got everything in shape. A tree doesn't look like a cow. Cow doesn't look like a bird. A bird doesn't look like a flower. Everything has a shape. Have every creation. Even the water, the gas, the oxygen, a molecule, everything has its shape or form. To be a creation, that's it. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ. If everything is limited. You are a human being, you have limits. You cannot take but so much heat. You cannot take but so much cold. You cannot take but so much speed. You cannot. Limits, everything has limits. He's the only one with no limits, subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ فَهَدَى. Allah guided everything to His mission. Did you send a text message for the bees this morning, tell them go make some honey for me? The bees go do their job. The butterflies do their job. Every creation, part of the creation, they all have a mission. They all have a job. Who gave them that job? Who guided them to that? وَالَّذِي قَدَّرَ. Gave the limit. فَهَدَى. And guided towards that purpose of being a creation of Allah. You have a purpose. In the morning, you find all these animals, the trees, all of them doing their job without protesting, rebellion, getting bored. Keep doing, keep doing. The tree dies and gone, another tree comes. Same thing with the animals, the bird, all of them. So unless you can prove to me one of these three that Allah shares with the creation, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in this creation, then you have no case. Then we don't talk about Allah as created. Because every created has this. There are two two matters that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about them, and He told us they are part of their creation. They don't have, we don't know their shape, we don't know their form, and we don't know part of their mission we know. What are those two? الذي خلق الموت والحياة. Two creations, we don't know their shape, we don't know their form. Surah Al-Mulk, the one who created death and created life. What shape is that? What shape is life? That's what Rasulullah told at the end of the time, it will come in the shape of a sheep. So for us to comprehend and understand, but we don't know the shape of that. Do we know the mission? Life give you life, death, end of life. Those are the two that we know of. Until then, this question is to be answered by another clarification. Comes to you, challenge you, the question is, oh, we don't make that. SubhanAllah, we don't draw some similarity between the created and the creation. And the difference is, this is this tree, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not to share anything in common with the creation. All these creations, all these creatures, all of them, they have a purpose in life, they have a mission in life. And I repeated this ayah, so powerful, shows you what they are doing is to worship, glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, go after their business, which is the mission Allah has given them. Do you find one of these creations one day just refuse to do what they were created for? Impossible. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in the Quran. Same thing, just a reminder for us. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this ayah told us, أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُسَبِّحُ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالطَّيْرُ صَافَاتٍ كُلٌّ قَدْ عَلِمَ صَلَاتَهُ وَتَسْبِيحَهُ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ. Can't you see that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make tasbih, those who are in the skies and those on the earth, وَالطَّيْرُ, even the birds, well, they laying up on these roads with their wings, birds of the air, with the wings outspread. كُلٌّ قَدْ عَلَمَ. Each knows its own mode of prayer. They have their own prayer. They never stop offering the prayer. They never stop observing their prayers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah knows well that all they do. That's all they do. That's what they do for Allah. Live for their life, live their mission, and make it tasbih. And Allah give us an example. وَلَقَدْ أَتَيْنَا دَاوُودَ مِنَّا فَضْلًا يَا جِبَالُ أَوِّبِ مَعَهُ وَالطَّيْرُ وَأَلَنَّا لَهُ الْحَدِيدَ. Look, Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam, we bestowed grace aforetime on David from ourselves. O mountains, O ye mountains, sing, yani recite the dua and supplication with him. And the praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mountains, when he started making that dua and supplication, the mountains joined Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam. Imagine what would it sound like. It's not going to sound like what he's saying, but you see the mountains making movement. They're reacting to that tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What tayr, the birds, if they are flying, the moment when he's making the tasbih, they would stop and join. Imagine the power. That's slowly showing you how we start diverging away from our mission as being created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here is the mountain, this is the birds, all of them obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Still, this is maqam. What is the human ranking among the creation? Let me give you just a brief example. I repeated this to remind me. My dear brothers and sisters, we have this Milky Way, our galaxy. You heard people talking about the distance between two stars or two planets. How they measure it? By miles or by kilometers or by light years? Light years. And they tell you 2 million light years. Do you know how many stars? We have one of the great scholars from NASA, Muslim, Egyptian. He came to our masjid twice. And inshallah we'll see if we can send him to your area. He gave us one of the most beautiful presentation about the planets, and all that from Quran and Sunnah. And from NASA. Do you know how many stars we have in our galaxies? It starts with the B. Billions. Billions. Between star and star, they talk about million light years. And this, we're talking about one galaxy. Within one galaxy, there are billions of stars. My brothers and sisters, do you know how many galaxies do we have? It starts with the B. When he said that, I made intro to Allah. And he would say, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ. Our Lord, you did not create this in vain, subhanAllah. We're stuck in one galaxy. In one galaxy, we're talking about distance within the galaxy, between the stars by millions of light years. Our brain froze with one galaxy. They say, forget it. We're never going to discover the entire galaxy. How about when you learn? If we tell you there is only one galaxy, you're like, wow, that's a lot. But imagine billions of galaxies. Billions. Now, where do you fit? Where do you fit in these galaxies? How big are you compared to these stars? You told me you're a billion, you want to go against Allah. Launch a war against Allah, disobey Allah. Who are you? When you look at these mountains and look at these galaxies and these stars, now you know your size. You know what's amazing, my dear brothers and sisters? When you talk about within a galaxy, between stars, millions of light years, right? Then how many galaxies we said? Okay, billions of galaxies. So you cross galaxies. Now you don't talk about millions of light years, you talk about what? Billions and trillions of light years. Imagine رجل يأتي النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من أهل الكتاب أو من المشركين ثم يسأله سؤال يا محمد أخبرنا عن الروح نسألك عن الروح أهل الكتاب. Imagine a man come to Rasulullah and said, Ya Muhammad, from the people of the book. Imagine a man here, Rasulullah standing. He said, okay, we have a question for you. What is your question? Talk to us about the ruh, the soul, the ruh. Imagine I just finished my question, right? And what comes from Allah? The answer, right? Comes the answer, Jibreel. This man did not leave. Just finish the question. You done? Here is the answer. قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. But we did not think about who brought the answer. Who brought the answer to Rasulullah from Allah? Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. Okay, tell me how Jibreel crossed all these billions of galaxies. Are you going to talk about creation? And Jibreel loves you as a mu'min. You know what Allah said about Jibreel? ذِي قُوَّةٍ عِنْدَ ذِي الْعَرْشِ مَكِينٍ. This is the description of Allah. Allah described Jibreel as very powerful. Not my description. If I tell you, I saw a big truck. How big, Sheikh? As big as our masjid? I saw a big train. How big is it? You know, double train, triple, 5 times the size. Allah said, Jibreel is powerful. Don't think about the power. Don't think. Otherwise, tell me how would he cross these galaxies in a fraction of a second? Billions of miles, trillions of light years. Answer is there. Explain to me. The answer is there. How does Jibreel travel all this time? See the creation of Allah. That's why those who know Allah, يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم. Those who got to know Allah. Do you know what they remember Allah? Do you know where they mention Allah? When they are laying down, when they are sitting, when they are standing. Meaning all the time they realize the power of Allah. They realize the might of Allah. رَبَّنَا تَدَبَّرُونَ. They contemplating and pondering upon the creation of the skies and the earth. You know what they say? رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا سُبْحَانَكَ. Our Lord, He did not create all of this in vain. Glory be to you. Then look at the humbleness. انظروا إلى التواضع. So humble. فَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Please protect us from hellfire. You know your size. هنا تعرف قدرك وتعرف حجمك. لكن هؤلاء الذين يعرفون الخالق جل في علاه وعظمة الخالق سبحانه وتعالى. So when you think about it, see, I repeat it many times for us to remember. Now, choosing the optimal status, what put us in this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown, presented the amana before the skies and the earth. إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَن يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. Allah presented the amana before the skies, the earth, the mountains. They refuse to carry the amana, undertake it, being afraid thereof. وَأَشْفَقْتَ مِنْهَا. They showed mercy theirs to themselves. It was like, wow, have mercy on yourself, on your soul. Mountains. حملها الإنسان. Insan choose to take that amana. Now we took the amana, and one of us will ask the question. You see, remember, think about it this way. You are no different from a tree. You are no different from a tree, or from a mountain, or from a rock. You are no different. Do you make tasbih? Do you make sujood? Do you make dhikr? In use at the same time, you would be doing the same thing, except when we choose to carry the amana, our status change. And we were very favored over so many of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See how our aqidah is growing with us, and how it starts. Comparing ourselves to the creation who was before us, their aqidah was very straight, clear, and vividly clear. Then when we come to ourselves and we compare to the rest of the creation, that shows you where we start turning rebellion and aberration and us going astray starts happening in our lives. Now we say, some of our youth, now question from our youth, why did we take the amana? Now we have this big responsibility. This is why we took the amana. لماذا حملها الإنسان؟ كان للإنسان أن يختار أن لا يحمل هذه الأمانة. The insan could have said, okay, mountains you don't want to take it, skies you don't want to take it, earth you don't want to take it, no, we don't want to take it. But the package that's come with it, that will make you take it. التكريم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the honor and the preference. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Indeed, we have honored the children of Adam, and we carry them over land and over oceans. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنْ طَيِّبَاتٍ. We provide them with the best of the sustenance. وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ. Now you wanted to be above other creation. We wanted. And we favored them over so many of our creation. In a very great way. تَفْضِيلًا. Now we wanted that. It sounds very good. You're above all of them. All of us, when you go to work, after 6 months, think, how do I become a supervisor? After that, how can I become a manager? After that, how can I buy? After how can I buy the whole company? They end up firing you, and you're looking for a job somewhere. It's just our nature, the greed. We want to go up. We want better, we want bigger. None of us have those old TVs home anymore. Are they okay? A huge TV in the house, big. Nobody has to upgrade. Bigger. Now we have 24 inches, now 52, 56. Keep going. That's part of our nature. We want it. We choose because we want to be favored over other creation. Hayat al-khuld. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Quran, what would happen to the animals? That when the kafir see what happened to the animals, what would the kafir say? Ya laytani kuntu turaba. When Allah commanded them to be dust, kafir said, man, the animals are done, finished, it's over. I'm awaiting an eternal adab. Say, I wish I was dirt, dust like them. Now we wish to be like animals. Animals live their life better than him. But those Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they did not carry the amana, they would not have hayat al-khuld, the eternal life in paradise. You never die. You will exist forever. Now Allah told us in the Quran, what's going to happen to the skies? What's going to happen to the mountains? Melt. What's going to happen to the oceans? What's going to all be gone? كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. Whatever is in this existence will cease to exist. Anything that has life will be gone. The only ones who will come back is us. And judgment will be done. Then you have, this is the package that enticed you. And you want it. Allah did not say, hey, human, you take it. Allah presented it before. Skies and the earth and the mountain. So we were not the first one. Now we were greedy, we were like, whoa, what's in there? Look at that. Guys, then we'll be like, yeah. Takbir. We picked it. You get to see your Creator, subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what's in the package. It's a very good package. The one who created you, the one you get to worship all your life, entire your existence, you will get to see Him. أسأل الله ألا يحرمنا النظر إلى وجهه الكريم. We ask Allah not to deprive us from being to see Him. Because Allah said about some people in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, كَلَّا إِنَّهُمْ عَنْ رَبِّهِمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ لَمَحْجُوبُونَ. I said, كَلَّا, indeed, they are to be prevented and shielded before their Lord. You will never get to see Him. Ibn al-Qayyim, rahmatullah alayhi, when he talk about Hadith Suhaib, Hadith Abdullah bin Mas'ud, when we get to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, قال فما شيء أشد على أهل النار يومئذ من أن يعلموا أن هناك رب ينظر إليه عباده وقد حرموا من النظر إليه. بعد ماذا؟ أيقنوا أنهم في النار، ما في دعوة ولا تقول آمن ولا تآمن. كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن أهل الجنة فمن أعطوا يومئذ شيئا أحب إليه من النظرة إلى رب العالمين. اللهم لا تحرمنا. When we get to see Allah, Rasulullah said to Ahl al-Jannah, when Allah removed the hijab and they get to see Allah, He said Ahl al-Jannah were not given anything better and greater than to get to see their Creator. And He said, for Ahl al-Nar, there is a punishment. As for Ahl al-Jannah, seeing Allah is greater than the Jannah itself. Ahl al-Nar, being deprived from seeing Allah, is worse than adab of hellfire itself. Because now, they know, you don't have to give them da'wah. Now they know they are in hellfire. They know there is Allah. They can't deny, where are you? What made you here? But they know there are people on the other side. They get to enjoy seeing their Khaliq. They will never see Him. But they fully believe in Allah now. Because they are in hellfire, they believe. Al-Qurb minhu, the closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the closest you get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when? يوم الحساب, the day of judgment. حديث عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنهما كما في البخاري ومسلم قال أدنى ما يدنى العبد من ربه يوم القيامة حتى يجعل كنفه يعني ستره عليه فيقره بذنوبه فيقول عبدي أتذكر ذنب كذا فيقول أي ربي أتذكر ذنب كذا فيقول أي ربي فيغفر بكل الذنوب فيقول سبحانه وتعالى عبدي سترتها عليك في الدنيا وأنا اليوم أغفرها لك. He said the closest the servant will be brought to Allah, the closest you get to Allah, the closest يوم القيامة. And Allah will make His servant confess to his sins. My servant, do you remember this sin? Yes, Ya Allah. Do you recall this sin? Yes, Ya Allah. Do you deny this sin? No, Ya Allah. In our language, what do we say? You're doomed, right? You know what Allah says? My servant. Look at the arm. When you hear this, what do you feel? Rahmah. Look what He's calling you. He didn't call you my enemy, my servant. I have concealed it for you in dunya. Nobody knows. Today, I forgive it. So we have to get to know Him. This is how we get to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learn about Him and make sure our aqidah is straightforward. The last one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as in Bukhari Muslim, يقول يا أهل الجنة هل رضيتم يقولون يا رب وكيف لا نرضى وقد زحزحتنا عن النار وأدخلتنا الجنة فيقول هل أزيدكم فيقول يعني خير من ذلك ما يتساءلون ما هو خير من ذلك قال أحل عليكم رضاي فلا أسخط عليكم أبدا. Allah tells the people of Jannah, are you pleased? They said, Ya Allah, how can we not be pleased? You have taken us away from hellfire. You put us in Jannah. I'll come back to this point. You put us in Jannah. You saved us from hellfire. He said, shall I give you better than that? People like, what's better than that? And Allah said, today my rida, my pleasure and presence upon you, I will never be displeased with you, ever. Allah always happy with you for eternity. Always. This is the package that makes an insan hamil al-amana. We didn't check the amana just like that. But guess what? If you follow the commands of Allah, this is what you get. This is the package. That's what we should strive and struggle for. That's why we're going to make sure our aqidah is clean and pure, straightforward. Why? This is the package. When they tell you you're going to get a 1 month vacation, you're going to get this, you're going to get a discount, you're going to get a voucher. You work day and night, you work overtime, you present yourself, you're always not being late. Try to get something that is temporary in this life. Can you see what Allah has provided for us? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us all we need, all the tools, so we do not forget our mission. But there is something that we have to keep in mind. Allah honored us, we've talked about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the malaika to greet you, the malaika, one of the purest of the khalq, makes sujood to you. Who are you? Who are you? Now ask yourself, are you still deserving that sujood? Or you look at yourself like, man, if the angels know I'm going to allow to such a person, you'll be like, he's not really worthy of my sujood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at this ayah here. This ayah should make your hair go up. Goosebumps. فَسَجَدَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ كُلُّهُمْ أَجْمَعُونَ. All the malaika make sujood. Now the question will come, except he's not from malaika, he's not from the malaika, but Allah, that's what Allah said, all the malaika. Imagine, my brother and sister, Jibreel made sujood. Then think about yourself, who are you? I am deserving of sujood if my aqidah is clean and clear and pure. Imagine the aqidah of the cow is better than my aqidah. Because the cow only praise Allah, glorifies Allah, and goes after a mission in life, beginning to the end, life to death, done. What about me? Can I struggle? Where is this struggle coming from? Allah gave you whatever is on earth, as I mentioned today in the khutbah, but this is the struggle it came from, the beginning of the conflict. Allah said, all the angels make sujood except. Oh, came back, I'm sorry. Except who? Iblis. أنا خير منه. Iblis أبى واستكبر. He refused. He showed arrogance and he chose to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in other ayat, Allah shows us, He said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire, you created him from clay. I'm better. But you know what? Another thing that is really causing this animosity for Iblis, besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the malaika prostrate you, what is the second thing? That you choose to carry the amana. You choose to carry the amana on top of that. Iblis knows you're going to be favored over so many of his creations, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of the creation including jinn. Some of the jinn are وَأَنَّ مِنَّا الصَّالِحُونَ وَمِنَّا دُونَ ذَلِكَ وَأَنَّ مِنَّا الْمُسْلِمُونَ وَمِنَّا الْفَاسِقُونَ. Among our Muslims and those who went astray. So this is the beginning of the conflict and the struggle. And he promised, قَالَ رَبِّي, my Lord, بِمَا أَغْوَيْتَنِي. He's using the qadr to argue. I will misguide them. I will take them astray on this earth. How are you going to do it? I will sit for them on your sirat al-mustaqim. How are you going to do it? I shall come from their right, their left, from them behind. Look how much effort He's willing to put to make you go away from your aqidah, compromise your aqidah. So the beginning of the aqidah, how it starts. Compare ourselves to the creation who have aqidah before us. Compare our size to those who have aqidah before us. But compare our status. Compared to all of them, we are this little, but our status is way so big. Look at the beginning of the struggle, how the shaitan. And that's the beginning of the assignment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that we will be challenged. وهذا التكليف هناك تكليف شرعي وتكليف كوني. The taklif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from here we started with the taklif shari. When Allah told, commanded Adam and Eve not to tell Hawa not to eat from the tree. And this is just ayat explaining. Alhamdulillah, all of us know that story. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Until they were evicted from Jannah. Iblis was not done yet. Got us out of Jannah. He made sure that Adam and Eve witnessed the killing of one of their sons to another. Qabil killed his brother. And he know he's not his serious. I have just خلاص. This is the story. And taklif al-kawni, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we'll leave it here, inshallah, we'll get a chance to, we'll continue. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped us with the challenge. He did not leave us though and face him by himself. We see the tools, the means Allah has given us to fight. And how Allah make it very easy for us to destroy our enemy. How Allah make it very easy for us to claim our status and give that ultimate reward that He has given us. Inshallah, we'll continue on another chance. We have to respect the time. But this is just briefly to show you the beginning of the belief. When this our Aqidah started, it did not start when the time of Ibn Taymiyyah talked about this. When the time of Mu'tazila, Khawarij, this, no. It started with the first ever to be created, which is the Arsh. And you have learned that Allah said, there is none in this existence, and let's make it tasbih to Allah. Starting with the Arsh. But you don't understand this tasbih. Barakallahu fikum, jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.